Time now for the Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.
Unfortunately, there was another shooting that happened, obviously, in Bondi Beach, Australia. 15 were killed as some Jewish celebrants were enjoying a Hanukkah celebration, and it was right there on the beach. There's a whole bunch of crazy stuff with this timeline.
Everything about it is exactly what Charlie warned about so often with bringing Islam into the West. So this was obviously of migrant origin, and they targeted a Jewish community, and it was a father and son team. They like lived in $1 million house, but they still just go for radical Islam. So they've thrived in this country that welcomed them, and they decide to go and murder a bunch of Jews. And they go raid the house, and the mother, I saw on GB News, she was saying, her son was a good boy. He was a good boy.
He was a good boy.
He was a good boy.
Image, if you could throw it up. He was not a good boy, dear mom.
Not.
He was not a good boy. He was actually a terrible monster. Killed a bunch of innocent people.
He'd been investigated.
He'd been investigated because he was apparently tied to an Islamic cell of ISIS, and somehow he was not detained, apprehended. His family was allowed to get guns. Like, the whole thing reeks to high heaven here. I don't know how anybody in the Western world could be tied to an Islamic, ISIS cell, and first of all, be allowed to roam free. Actually, they should have been deported immediately. We should take heed in the United States. Secondly, the fact that Australia, which has extremely restrictive gun laws, the father apparently had 6 guns legally owned. So the whole country cracks down on law-abiding people having guns.
Yeah,
and yet
everything about this is it's outrageous, because this is Australia. Australia is this big, almost entirely empty continent filled with natural resources. They're settled by the English, the greatest country creators in the world.
Yeah.
Australia has basically no reason to have any problems whatsoever. They could basically live. Everyone could live like a king in Australia. And what they do is, because they have this left-wing brain virus, why do you need any Islamic migration into Australia? What country has ever been made better by saying, yeah, let's bring in more Islamic migration to this society? Has it made England better? No. Has it made Germany better? No.
Yeah, and there was this. You got to give credit where it's due. There was a hero that ran in. I believe we have that footage. Grabbed the gun and basically subdued. It looks like the father, and ended up getting shot a couple times in the arm by the son, who was perched up on the bridge. So his name was, I think, Ahmed or something. Ahmed. So it's actually another Muslim. He's been called a traitor online by his fellow Muslims. By the way, there was already video of people celebrating in Sydney, other Muslims celebrating the attack. It's eerily similar to what happened on October 7th, where Jews get attacked, and then Muslims around the world celebrate. So pretty sick stuff. And I think we should play a cut from Charlie here. 1:15. We have just enough time. 1:15.
Spiritual battle is coming to the West, and the enemies are wokeism or Marxism combining with Islamism to go after what we call the American way of life. And the American way of life is very simple. I want to be able to get married, buy a home, have kids, allow them to ride their bike till the sun goes down, send them to a good school, have a low-crime neighborhood, not to have my kid be taught the lesbian, gay, transgender garbage in their school, while also not having them have to hear the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day. That's important. We want the American way of life, which is, by the way, Christendom.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel. Stay informed anytime, anywhere with the Salem News Channel and 9:30 a.m. TheAnswer.com. This has been The Daily Answer, sponsored by Salem Surround on The Answer Now TV.